What up, what up, what up? What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? Welcome, welcome. Sunday, we here. Fix this camera down. Well, I think we good here. Welcome to this week's weekly market breakdown. With these messages. So, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get this party started. So, just a little quick intro about this stream. This is the Vice Tradings Academy's weekly market breakdown. Here's where we go over our daily charts and our 4 hour charts, and we look at the market makers pattern, and also we look at the monthly move, the weekly move, and the 4 hour chart. And we look at just standard price action, which is technical analysis. We're looking at market structure to see exactly where we are. And we kind of in this stream, what we're doing is we're looking to see what the week holds, right? Because this is the weekly market breakdown. Now, there's another two streams that complement the streams that we break down further. We go into, the 30-minute chart, the 5 minute chart, the 1 minute chart, which is the daily market breakdown, which happens Monday through Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? And then we also have the daily live trading session, is where we take the actual live trades, which is Monday through Fridays at 6 to 7 a.m. Eastern. And in order to benefit from everything, make sure to join our free Discord. That's where the links are posted, where we're going to go live. There's also discussion of the trades that we take, chart posting, from us, and also from the students. So it's a good community to join if you want to get to know a little bit more of how we do things and what we're doing. So let's get this party started. So again, welcome guys, welcome. So we focus on these 9 pairs. Is on the right hand side of your screen. These are the pairs that as a group um, we're monitoring on a daily basis, right? So let's take a look at what's going on. Let's update our market structures and our patterns and see. So AU. So AU, where are we right now? We in A2, right? Second zone of consolidation before the next level, before peak formation low, right? So right now we're kind of like in the middle of this consolidation zone from the daily chart, right? When we look at the monthly moves of what happened, we had a previous, 3 months of rise, we had a month of drop, right? So this month, what's the expectation is for the price to continue to going down, right? We can see that we had a change of character, right? We'll break that down in the 4 hour chart, but just overall, we want to, that's a 4 hour change, not a daily change, right? The daily structure, this is the daily structure. These are our key levels, which is our zones, trading zones on the daily chart. We have this high and this low, and everything is trading in between, right? So we know where we are and where market is going, right? And again, this is the daily structure, what's going on. So when we drop down to the 4, get a little bit more in detail what's going on. When we taking a look at this, we see what's happening on the weeks. We had a prior week, we had a week of drop. This week, we had a week slight rise. Let's look at the weekly candle. Just so you guys understand what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the opening candle for the week, which is this, the high and the low. Did it touch? No, right? So we had a slight rise. right? This could be modified when the first candle of the week starts, if it's touching it or not. Might be a known net. Definitely not a drop, but maybe a known net. So we're gonna put weekly rise for right now, right? So market ended higher than when it started for the week. That's basically what that means, right? So you're looking at that. Let's take a look at a 4 hour market structure, right? Here's what was going on, right? And 4 hour structure for you new guys. Mr. Muhammad, what's going on? For you new guys, how we looking at these charts? The daily chart is our external structure, and the 4 hour chart is our internal structure, right? So, this is the skeleton that's inside that daily, because the daily has less candles, right? So when you're looking at the daily, it looks like one, you know, impulse move to the top side, right? Like one just push up, right? Or the trend that's going up. It just looks like it's up. But when you break it down to a smaller time frame, when you see the internal of what's going on the daily, we use the 4, right? You can see pullbacks, right? You can see clearly the pullbacks. So this is the meat, this is the skeleton of what's going on. So that's the external and internal structure. These are the external and internal structure of these two time frames, right? So when we're looking at this, and we're looking at this pure market structure, we can see that, let me take off the daily so we don't get confused. We can see that what was happening is we had a change of character at the bottom. We had a break of structure, right? We had a pullback. We had another break of structure, right? We had a pullback, right? We had a pullback test, pullback. Didn't clear this low. So this is just what's internal of this low and this high. Then price push, broke above, and made a pullback, right? Again, broke structure, pullback, broke structure, pullback, made a higher low, made a lower high, right? Some guys may think that this will be the change of character, and it's not. Why? Because we're trading between this high and this low, right? This is the push where it started that caused the break of structure that made the push up, right? So anything in between here and here is what's happening inside of this zone, right? So now the change of character happens when it actually breaks the bottom of the zone, which breaks out of here, boom, causing change of character, pull back, everything inside again is inside. This is the high, this is the low. I'm sorry, this is the high and this is the low. This is the push where it started that caused the break, which is the change of character, right? And then a push back. So we're trading between this high and this low. And price broke out again, caused a break of structure, 4 hour, right? And now price actually broke structure again. So right now, what we expecting is price to continue to the downside. We had another break of structure. Once we have a break, well, what should we have? We should have a pullback, right? The pullback, sometimes, right? This is what we get taught in all market analysis, that price will pull back. And there's times where price will pull back and retest, where it actually broke from before continuation, right? So there's different types of pullbacks when you're looking at market structure, right? And I'll go over them real quick for all you new guys, right? So if this could be type 1, where price will pull back, change the color now. Price will pull back, touch, and continue, right? This is one way that it could happen, right? It's variations to this. This is the textbook way that you learn in every textbook, right? There's another way that it could happen where price could go above there, right? And then come back down, still creating lower highs, right? And break the low to create a lower low, right? You have another one that price could come and retest here and continue the push and create equal highs, right? Still respecting, not breaking above, still respecting to be an equal high, just like here. Everything here was equal highs, never broke out, right? Here's all equal highs, right? So you'll get that, right? And there's times where you won't get equal highs, right? Meaning price will even come a little bit more above before going down, right? And this is what? This is, we call that a sweep, right? Liquidity grab, a liquidity sweep, right? Which, if you notice, this was the high, here was the low, What did price do? Price pull back, retest, right? And then what? Swept these lows first before starting to come back up, higher highs, higher lows. So you get that type, right? And then the last type is when price doesn't touch and then continues, right? Everyone's expecting price to touch, then price moves a buzz, hits your stop loss because you got in too early. Then you think it's equal highs. Then what they do, they sweep you out of the trade, and then they continue with the same program that they were going to do from the beginning, right? Or like here, all right, let's just analyze this little piece right here, so you guys kind of see how this game is being played and how they're playing, us as traders, or they're trying to. Some of us get played, some of us don't get played, right? For example, here, people thought there was a breakout. Why? Because price went above, but actually came back below. But if you did not wait for the candle closure, which most newbies do not wait for candle closures, why? Because of FMO, fear, FOMO, which is FOMO, fear of missing out, right? You fear that you're going to miss out on a trade, so you get it in too early and then they take you out. Then you're like, oh shit, right? So this is one place that they get traders to fuck up at or to mess up at. Right? The next one is, when price, okay, didn't come, came over here, you're expecting price to retest here because this is a level of support, right? That's what they teach you, right? It touched here, it touched here. So, this is a level of support, a zone of support. And what did price do? Price broke out of it, right? You thought that they were doing this, and what did they do? They came back down, took you out again. So they took out these traders. Then these traders who got in here, they took them out, right? Then they pushed up, right? When they pushed up, what happened? People thought, okay, now we change direction. Why? Because, oh, this is a change of character. No, a change of character will happen down here. Again, if you don't understand changes of characters, the zones, you're gonna get smashed in this market, right? And these are the key things. And for you guys who are new watching this channel, or the students in the class, take notes. Don't just say, "Oh, I got it," because I heard it one time. It doesn't work like that. You were that smart, and you was that much of a genius. You would have got straight A's in school. Because you didn't have to take no notes, review nothing. You would have just listened one time, took the test, and aced it, right? And we know that that's not what happened, right? Let's get it. Let's keep it real, right? So now you think we have lower low, lower high, and you're making a lower low. Some of you guys got in here, right? Thinking that your exit is here because that's what they teach you, right? Your first exit should be, you know, um, the low, right? You take it here, you wait for the low, you didn't wait, price came back, took you out, right? And it took you out fast. Notice how the candle went fast, right? It was just one swift candle. Because they're not gonna wait for you to get out and for you to book a semi-profit. No, they're gonna take you out. That's the point. That's the point of this fast movement, is to take you out. It's not to give you time to adjust, to reload. No, we gotta take them out. If you knew the direction you got in, you went into profit right away. The majority of the folks got taken out real fast, right? So just notice what they're doing, right? We got to change the character, lower high. We're gonna go for the lower low. Nope, we take you out, right? Because we don't understand market structure. We don't really understand where our change, what a true change of character is. We don't understand what the key zones are or key levels are, where price needs to, move from before it could continue or break. If you don't understand those little key things, you know, um, or you don't have a clear understanding, make sure to join the Discord, bro. Make sure to come to these live classes, Sunday market breakdown, weekly market breakdown, the daily market breakdown, and also the live trading room, right? Because that's where you'll get some of this stuff. And also in the Discord, we have free one-on-one classes that you can request, and we could go over, things that you need to brush up on, or things you don't really understand. That's cool with us, right? So in this situation here, what did price do? Price broke, right? Tested, came back, retest, right? What's the expectation of price to come back down, right? That's my expectation, right? Because market is down, we have all these lower highs, right? Lower high points, right? Price is literally just trending down, right? So that's what we expected. We expecting price to continue to drop, right? And this is, for us, this is called a POI, point of interest. So price gets here. Here's where we're looking for the internal structure of the 4 hour to switch over to go down. So I'm not going to get too much into this, but just to give you a preview of what we do in the 30-minute charts on a daily market breakdown. Once we reach a point of interest, which is up here, the lower time frames needs to reflect that. Meaning this push up in a lower time frame, how does it look? It looks like higher highs, higher lows. It looks like that. When it gets to a point of interest, what is our expectation? From price to switch over to create lower lows and lower highs, right? And we understand that we have a change in character and a break in structure. We're looking for this type of behavior in this section in a lower time frame, right? And here's where we take our entries, right? So we understand what's going on from the top, right? This is what we do, top to bottom analysis. We understand what's going on in the overall trend from the top. We have key levels or points of interest or zones where we expect in price, to reject from or to break out of, right? Understanding the overall trend lets you understand what side are you on. You are on the break side or you on the retest side, right? We're not on the break side. Why? Because price is down. We on the retest side. So how do retests look, right? So we already have a game plan. We're expecting a retest. We in a point of interest. What are the variations of retests? How do they look? What do the candlesticks look like when this is happening? How do we know when price is retesting and price change over? I don't want to get caught in price continuing in the run. I want to wait for price to anchor to show that it's retesting, to show that it changed direction by a change of character, and my confirmation is the first break of structure retest, right? So understanding the game plan, having a game plan, price action, market structure, overall trends direction is what you guys should be looking to learn, and also candlestick analysis, right? And that's what we do on the live trading room, right? We look at the candlesticks. That gives us our confirmation, more confirmation. It's all about confirmation. It's all about confluences. And you got to build the story up. You can't just say, "Well, I think it's up" or "I think it's down" because of one thing. No, you have to have multiple reasons, improvable, that you can actually show someone. Someone can analyze and say, "You know what? That's right." So that's what it is. So overall, we in a good place. Our market structure is clean, right? Everything looks good. We understand where we are, where we're going, and that's good. Euro cap. Let's go. Let's start from the top. Not going to get too much in detail with every single one of them, right? Pretty much gave you guys the game plan of what we're looking for and what to expect. So we in V1 heading up. We in a first zone of consolidation, right? Let's look at our daily market structure so you guys can get a clean visual, right? Here's where we are. What is our daily zone? This is our high, this is our low, right? Price is trading in between here. Until we don't break above, we don't know that price is continuing to go up. And until we don't break below, right, we don't have a change of direction, right? Because right now price is up and it's just moving sideways. So we need price to decide what's next, right? On the daily, meaning on the monthly, right? But we're day traders, we're not swing traders. So we need to break this down, right? So that's why we'll move to another time frame, lower time frame. So now we're on the 4, right? Overall, we're up, right? But the 4 is down. We can see that price is moving down on the 4, right? Let's take a look, right? Price right now, we went up, higher highs, higher lows, right? And then we got stuck here and we're broke out of it, right? So let's fix that. Go to 4, let's fix that. Uh-oh. First thing we need to see is what happened this week. This week, right? And I was telling you guys what we expected. We had a previous 3 weeks of drop, right? This week was a no net or a rise, right? Well, since we had a no net ended, no, why is that like that? We had a 3 weeks of drop, right? New low set every week, right? So we're not expecting price to continue dropping. We're expecting a rise or a no net, right? What I mean by that is if we just look at the opening candle, which is this, right, from top to bottom, and we look where price finished, where did it finish? The same place that it started, right? So that let us know what we're on point, no net. Right? We knew exactly what to expect. Right, so let's update this market structure. So price pushed down, and it's continuing to push down. So there's really nothing to really update, guys, because it's just so much, right? We haven't had an anchor yet for us, and the price is returning up. We can see the price is just moving down in a zigzag, right? So price is just lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high the whole time, right? This is just part of the same move. We haven't had a real pullback. So you know what? I'm not even gonna mark that because we haven't had a real pullback, right? The run is still looks like it's still running. Doesn't look like we have a pullback, significant pullback, right? But we do have some form of market structure. So let's take a look. So for us to have a change of character, we need a price to break. Sorry, guys, to break out of here. To have a break of structure and continue to the top, we need a price to break up above there. So right now, price had a change of character to the downside. So we could delete this. Or let's keep that there so I don't have to do it later. Right? But it's not there. Just want to make sure you guys understand it. The next break of structure, right? Since price move. What was the push that caused the change of character? It pushed from here. So price needs to break above here and have a change of character to move back to the top side up here, right? On the 4 hour, right? And we're looking for price to continue to go down, but this will be the place where we'll have a change of character to the top side. Similar to this, price change to the top side. If it broke below here, price change to the bottom, right? Everything that's happening in between here and here it was internal structure of the 4 hour, right? Now that we broke out. So expectation for this week, we had a known net week, meaning now that the game has reset it and is leveled out, what's the next play? They could go up, they could go down, or they could known net again. So in a lower time frame, we'll look for where price, what zone price will break out of to the top side, so we know that price is back to the top, or where price will continue to break to the bottom side. We will have those projections on the daily market breakdown, which happens Monday through Thursday, guys. So right now, that's where we are. This is wrong. I'm gonna just write this correct. Actually, I'm gonna just turn this off. Let's see if there's no confusion. All right. So next one. Let's go to the daily. So looking at the daily, where are we? In our market makers pattern, we in V1. So we're in the first zone of consolidation, right? So we're stuck in the chop as we can see, right? When we're looking at the daily structure, here it is. And here's our daily zone. We have this high and this low, and we're stuck in between here, right? We had price looks in the daily that we're pushing up, right? We started to push up. We had a pullback. We had another run, right? And we're in a pullback, right? Now, in order for us to see the price change back to the bottom, even here, internally, price will have to break here, right? For internal structures, right? And we can see that price came, tested it, and pushed up, right? So we'll look at this in the lower time frame now. So let's go to the 4. And it's exactly what we expected, right? This was from the week. If you just joining us now, this box was put at the beginning of the week. So we know exactly what the expectation for the week was. Price to go down, come back up, and then where? In this yellow zone, right? And price did that because the expectation is after 3 weeks of drop, the market must chop or rise. It chopped, but up, down, right? Didn't make a play anywhere, any direction. So our projection was on point. Another one, right? So we could delete that, right? Actually, so we could talk about it tomorrow too. Um, and this week was a no net week. Let's mark that, right? So now let's take a look at our 4 hour structure. 4 hour, everything, right? So here it is. So we had to change the character to the bottom side. We had to push to the top side and a continuation, right? We had lower lows, lower highs. Price pushed down, also break of structure. Price pushed up, right? Our next break was where? The push back, which was here, right? So we had another break of structure. And right now, price is retesting. Pretty simple, guys. Pretty textbook. This is just all textbook stuff. Right? This is exactly what you see in a textbook. What is this? Lower lows, lower highs. Simple textbook stuff, guys. Just so you guys understand. This is exactly what you're looking at. Price is going lower. Right? We have this high. Right? We had this low. Price broke out. Well, price tested it. This is a test. This is a lower high. Right? This is a high. This is a LH, lower high. This broke out of this low. This is a lower low. Why? Because this low is lower than these lows, right? Then price pull back. We have a lower high. Why a lower high? Because this high is lower than this high. And price push down. Made a lower low. Why? Because this low is lower than this low. The price pull back up. A lower high. Why? Because that high is lower than that high. Lower high. And the price push down. Then what? Made a lower low. Why? Because that low is lower than that low. Similar to this. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. That's what's happening right here, guys. All right, so pretty standard, pretty textbook, nothing crazy, right? We're not making shit up. We're just analyzing charts, using our chart vision, and doing technical analysis, right? So we know what direction is that. When we see lower lows, lower highs, we're going down, right? Overall market structure, not overall market structure, the market maker's trend, which is the market maker's pattern, is up though, right? So I don't trade against the trend, the overall market maker's trend, right? So right now, I'm personally waiting for what? For price to turn around and show me an up move so then I can participate. I don't participate counter trend, right? Even though we can see our zones and stuff like that, I don't participate counter trend. I like with the trend. With the trend, look how fast price moves when it's with the trend. When it's not with the trend, look. When it's with the trend, look, whoop, price moves fast. Look at this, fast pushes, fast movement, right? I'm into that fast money life. Not into that. I like these pushes. These pushes are the profitable pushes, right? And that only happens with the trend. So let's see. So let's fix this too. Price broke from here. Right, so that's where we are. And this week we had a week of no net. Right, so in order for price to change over, what we need price to break these highs. You can't hear me? I think you gotta turn off the volume. Mohammed, how's my volume? How's my audio? The mic volume on the OBS is almost at red. It's at yellow. So okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, my brother. Whoever said volume, please, if you don't mind, just turn up your volume. So I can see on the gauge on the guide here that I'm almost at red, so I keep it in the yellow zone to make sure that it's clear. It's not too loud. So in order for price to have a change, gentlemen, it's up here. Anything in between here is just the internal structure, right? So that will be the place for the change. This will be the place for the break. Will be down here, right? So technically, these are our zones. If you're marking your zones the way you should be marking your zones, that's your 4 hour zone. Your 4 hour zone was here prior. Price broke out, right? So made a new high. The high is there, and this is the low, right? So where did the push start? that caused this break of structure started here. So now your new high of your zone is here, right? And the new low of the zone is here because we already have a pullback, right? So we're trading in between this high and this low. So these are your key levels, right? That people say key levels. You hear the word key levels, right? I'm just trying to make sure that I bring it all in for you guys. These are your key levels in the 4 hour time frame right now, right? So with that being said, you know, this is where we are. That's why I said, in order for price for us to see a change, it needs to break this high, and for price for us to see that we're continuing to the bottom side, we need to break this low, right? It's very simple, guys. Very simple. Keep the daily, your daily zones, weekly zones. Let's turn this off. This is too much. It gets too cluttered. Right, but so now you have your targets. You understand where we are. What's the possibilities of what could happen, right? We understand that right now price is moving up in a lower time frame, even though we're pushing down. We had this push down, now we have this pullback. We can see small higher highs, low, well, lower high, low, higher low, higher high, right? We can see prices pushing up on a lower time frame. I'm not going to get into the 30, but I'm just going to show you in the 30 so you can see a little bit more clear. Right? You can see this pullback is creating what? Retest of the low, higher high, right? Higher low, higher high, lower low. We could say lower high, higher low, higher high. What just happened? I thought the power went out. Sounded like it did. So that's what we have going on, guys. So we're trading between these zones. All right, let's go to the next one. GJ. So I'm going to spend too much time on GJ because we are in peak formation high territory, right? We notice where we are. We had already, this is our previous peak high. This is our previous peak low. We're trading between this zone, right? This is a bigger zone of where we're trading between here and here, right? So we're getting close to there. So just like what we were saying, that when we get into key levels or we get into places of retest, what could happen, right? This is a place of retest, right? So price could come, test, continue. Price could come, break, push down. Price could do what it's doing now, miss, push down, right? Price could do any of these things when it gets to this zone, right? And here's where we can see that we're pushing up a little bit. We have we're holding the fort down here, but we having higher highs, right? But we're holding the fort down here, right? And every time, look how they're going less and less down. Because if you're taking short, we're not going to get you. We're not going to let you book profit. We're going to take you out. And if you're holding on, yeah, you thought I was coming to let you get out. No, I'm coming back up. I'm never going to go as low as the previous one. So they're willing people in. Hidden stop losses, right? We also understand that this other traders are looking at this high, and this is a place where they're expecting price to reject from, right? So price gets here, they're looking to trade down. So there's going to be times that the banks are not going to move price all the way up there because they know that there's a lot of money waiting for them over there, or they will come here, right? Let the orders flow in, create that lower low and the lower high to hit the people stop loss that put a pending short order here, right? So it's a couple things that they can do, right? But a peak formation high is a consolidation zone. And in consolidation, I'm looking for shorts, right? Especially if I'm in a peak high and know that a peak high price is going to turn around, I'm looking for price to go down. So I'm going to wait for price to change directions, show me a change, right? Then I can start trading, right? Because I don't like what is happening here. This is a consolidation zone to let me know price has stopped, right? So I'm waiting for that change, gentlemen. So there's not really that much I can speak on besides just that because that's what I'm waiting for, right? But we could look at our weekly moves and make sure that we on target. Last week was a week of rise. That's cool. Gotta fix here. All right. 4 hour structure for you guys who are following it. You can see it. It's a whole bunch of shit. That's why I'm not marketing. Just a whole bunch of garbage. Changes to the top side, changes to the bottom, changes to the top side, changes to the bottom. Is that what you want to trade, or you want to trade a break of structure, retest, break of structure, retest? That's easier than change, 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 change. No, I'm not. I don't like those games, bro. I'm not in it to play games, man. I'm in it to cash out. So when I see, there's certain players that are just playing games, and when they're playing games, I don't want to be part of your game. I want to be part of, you know, when you distributing the cash. Right? I don't want to be part of accumulation. I don't want to be part of manipulation. I want to be part of distribution. Right? I want to be this distributor. I want to make sure I make volume. Right? The volume is in the market. When the volume's in the market and the price is moving, let's get it. Right? So let's look at GU. So GU, we are in V1. Let's look at the daily structure. We can see our daily structure looks good. When we look at our daily zones, what's the other one? I don't know what's that, but we're trading between that high and that low, gentlemen. Right? Here's where we are. We're trading between here. Now, let's drop it down to the 4. Let's see what's cracking. Right? On the 4 hour, price is doing what? It's pushing up. Right? This is a good. Oh, here it is. You see, it was there. Just can't see it. So small. So let's take a look here. So when you trading here, right? This is a place that they definitely trying to confuse you. Again, if you don't understand zones, you don't know where you are, you don't know what's happening, you know, you're gonna get, pushed around here, right? So we had a change from the bottom. Where are my stuff at? It's not here. I'm not gonna do it again right now. So we had a change from the bottom. Price changed, right? Then what we had a break of structure, right? We had another break up here, right? So now we're trading over here. We're trading between here and here. Some people may have taken this as a change of character. No, because the zone is from there to there. That's our 4 hour zone, right? Which I already have it marked. So now that we're in our 4 hour zone, we know where we are. Price needs to come back here. The only way price has a change of character to the downside, when we can see that we're making higher highs, higher lows, if it breaks down here, not here, right? A continuation will be price to break above here. Everything that's happening here is internal structure. Consolidation. Notice that it consolidated, swept the lows, and now it's pushing back to the top side, right? Why did it do that? Just think about it. When you're in consolidation, what are you taught? I'm in consolidation, right? And the trend is up. Where am I taught to take trades from? The bottom side, right? You take the trade off the bottom, and you retest off the bottoms. You take the trade to the top side, right? How many people were taking trades up here, right? Let's say you took a trade on this one, right? Because you waited for the retest. This is the first hit. Second hit, you took it to the top. Perfect. Came back, took it to the top. Perfect, right? This time, right? Price came back. You took an entry long. What did they do? They took you out. Then they came back. How many times have that happened to you guys? When you guys took a trade going in the correct direction, right? So you thought at the time was the correction, the correct direction. Price came, hit your stop loss, and they came back to the same place you were saying, man, I knew it was up. Happens to us all the time, right? So we need to understand the whys, right? Just because price hits a point of interest, because this is a point of interest, doesn't mean you take an entry. It means that it reached a point of interest. I need more confirmations to confirm that this is it's going to be a good trade. The price is not going to, break out of, and it's going to just, move into the direction, bounce off, and a lot of other things that trading involves, not just finding a POI, right? So just understand what happened here. They swept people, right? Liquidity grab, liquidity sweep, however you want to call it, right? And then it's pushing up. So we're trading in the right zone. Everything looks good. Now, so what happened last week? Had a week of no net, right? Perfect. Update this. So that's where we at. Next pair, USD CAD. This pair, I'm loving this pair. Trading heavy. Let's go to the daily first. So daily, where are we? V2 heading up. All right, we tested the lows again of the daily zone. Let's take a look at the daily zones, right? We have this bigger one, but we have the smaller one. Sorry, we have this bigger one, but here's the smaller one. We're trading in between this zone, right? So we're looking at the 4 now. We're looking at the 4-hour market structure, right? Price was going up at one point. Price started to move down. We had to change the character to the downside. Right? We had a break of structure here. So right now we're trading. Let's look at the present time. We're trading between here. We're trading in between here. So in order for us to see price get back in line to go to the top side, we need price to break above here. We could get an earlier break over here to show us that price is turning around, right? We can get an earlier break, but the confirmed change of character back to the top will be up here. As you can see, price change to the bottom, lower high, lower low, had a break of structure, right? We in the lower high point. We haven't decided, price hasn't decided which direction it wants to go overall. Right, last week was a week of no net, meaning no net change. Price didn't change. Right, price just consolidated, trapped to the high, came back to the middle, trapped to the low, came back to the middle, and did exactly where it started. That's what that means. Right, this is part of accumulation. Price went to the top, came back to the middle, went low, came back to the top, it ended exactly where it started. Right. So that's the play. That's where we are. Right. Pretty good. Lower time frame though, we're pushing up, but let's focus on this one right now. So we understand the price action. US 30 is purely just technical analysis, gentlemen. Right? All this stuff that I have written on here. Right? So this week, right, what we expect in a no net week, right? Because we had a previous 3 weeks of rise. What did the price do? Ended with a no net on target. Like, what is all that? This there? It's what we're waiting for price to happen. This is our trading zone for this pair. We have all this. Let me just delete that. Price is stuck in between here. So we're waiting for price to break above. Breaks above. This is a place, yes, I'm going to be trading. In between the zone, no trade zone for me. Down here, break retest, trade zone, yes, I could trade. But here, no trades for me. Yes above and yes below, but nothing in the middle. So that's what I'm waiting for. Waiting for price to, I want to continue the trend. I want to consolidate more. I want to be in the trend. The trend is your friend. I want to buy the dips on the uptrend. It dipped, buy. It dipped again, buy. It dipped again, buy. I want to buy the dips in the uptrend. Right now, we're just in the consolidation. So you guys understand. Gold. All right, so gold, we in V2. I'm sorry, US 30, guys. We don't trade market makers pattern on US 30, just so you guys know. US 30 is purely technical analysis and price action. Right? So just so you're clear on what's going on US 30. But gold we do. Right? We in V2, as we can see. We in V2 on the way up in the second zone of consolidation. Price is trending up, but it's choppy as hell. Right? So last week, where are my lines, bro? Must have got deleted. Let's see, February 2nd, February 4th. So price started here. The first candle, this red candle. So price went below. I gotta fix these lines. Right, so right now, where are we? We just stuck in a little chop, guys. We're in a little chop. We're trading between the zone. Right, we actually broke out of the zone. Right, this is a clean break. So this is the low. This is the push. They caused the break was from up here. So we're trading between this small zone now. So this is our zone, our 4-hour zone. That's what we are. And last but not least, BTC, what we doing? Right, we broke out finally. Right, that was the expectation. We had a previous 2 weeks of rise. What was last week? We already knew we were gonna get new highs, and we did. Price consolidated, and then started to trend. Right, so we are back to a new high, 48p right now. Looking good. Looking good. Now this week is a week of no net or drop. Right, we have new highs. People are excited. The world is excited again. Bitcoin is on the rise. You're gonna get people to buy into price right now, right? And they're expecting instantaneous gains. And then the news is gonna pump fear. Then what they're gonna do? They're gonna withdraw their money in a small loss. Some people got a gain. The people who were smart, you knew what it was. You got in. You're gonna get out for those of you who are short-term traders. News fear, right? Everybody gets out. The shit dumps back down, right? And it's following this pattern of what's going on with the news, right? Or pump good news into it. Look, we can have another week of rise, and then it'll slow down, right? For the latecomers. So everything looks good. BTC looks good. And that's about it, gentlemen. That's this week's market breakdown. Make sure to join tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, for the daily market breakdown, right? Where we look for points of interest that we're looking to trade for the New York session, end of Europe, beginning of New York session. So make sure to watch that tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to subscribe and like. Also, make sure to join the Discord. The link is in the description. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your weekend. Peace out, guys.